I'm Danny, and this is the Scream Princess podcast. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Scream Princess podcast with me, Danny. And today we have got T-Mads back on the show. So you'll remember a few weeks ago, he took on the chili sauce challenge at Romford Horror Festival, and now he's back. I promised he could come back and have a proper chat because that was kind of like a mini taster chat. So how are you, T-Mads? No, he's not going to
Hello,
speak.
hello, DT.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm good. I always get excited. I always get excited when I talk to you. It's very exciting for me. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm
good.
feeling very good. Just been to the gym, so I'm all fresh and buzzy.
You're very good. Yeah, we were going to
How
do
are
it
you? How are
slightly
you?
earlier, and then he was like, "Can we push it back so I can go to the gym?" I have not been to the gym today, and I haven't really got an excuse for it, but I haven't been. Maybe tomorrow. There's always another day.
I don't need it. But you know what? Though? I'm gonna have to tell you this quickly. So this week at my gyms, KXU in Chelsea, they've been doing a collaboration with Lululemon. You know the kind of
Yes.
the gym clothes range.
Uh-huh.
And they've been doing giveaways, like two giveaways each class for a day, once one a day for 5 days. So they're giving away like £2,000 worth of gear.
Amazing.
So I went to three of these classes and I didn't win anything. I didn't
Oh,
win one thing, not one thing.
oh. Well,
I was,
Lululemon. Do they do
I,
men's? I didn't know they did menswear. I thought it was just like a girly shop.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Menswear.
yeah. No, yeah. Lauren hasn't heard. Lauren hasn't, heard the end of it. I'm still fuming about it.
How is the lovely Lauren?
She's good. Yeah, she's good. She says hello to everyone.
Oh.
And she's good. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to a barbecue this afternoon at Merlin and Senna's, so we're very happy.
Amazing. It's actually finally barbecue weather as well. So
It is.
this is the first time, and I've shut the curtains, but like the sun is shining bright in the northeast outside, which is
Well,
rare that that
that's
happens.
because
But
you're a
we have had,
vampire, so
yeah.
you don't want to get too warm.
I
Too
don't want to
hot
burst
being a
into flames. I've
vampire.
actually got to go out this afternoon. I've got to go and meet my mum in Newcastle. She's coming to stay for 10 days. Um,
10 days is a long time for
that
anyone.
is a long
For anyone's
time.
parents to stay with
That is a long
them.
time.
Best,
Um,
best food in the world.
Well, she said she was going to come and visit, and I thought it'd be for a few days. And then she's like, I booked my train tickets, and it's literally the 10th to the 19th. And so I was
Well,
like,
you'll have a lovely time.
oh, it's 9 days, isn't it? Not 10 days. We will. I've got some plans. I think we'll might pop to, there's a waterfall, might go for a little waterfall walk,
Oh, that's nice.
and might go to York for the day next week. And
That's cool.
what
We
was
are
that?
going to, it's just so relevant to anything, horror, but we're going to York in a few weeks as well, funnily enough.
Have you been before?
Only when only when I was little, Danny.
Uh,
So
okay,
last week, yeah, it's
nothing.
funny. Yeah, no, when my mum dad took me, but I haven't been for a long time, so I'm looking forward to it.
Ah, it's amazing. You have to make sure you go to the ghost merchants
Oh,
when you go
okay.
to York. You have to queue for quite a while, but there's a ghost merchants on the Shambles, and it's a tiny, tiny little shop. And last time I went, I didn't actually get to go because the queue was literally right around the block, so get there early. And you go in and you can buy a little ghost, and they do all these different ghosts.
Oh.
And they do limited edition ghosts, like each month has a special ghost. And then when you in the shop they've got little sets, and you can take your little ghost to the sets and take pictures of your ghost in the sets. And then at
That's
the end, when you purchase your ghost, they put it on a ghost train, and the train goes round and it takes it to the front of the shop where a man will hand you your very own ghost.
that. I think Lauren was telling me something about a ghost thing. So that must have been it. But I
It's
don't like
incredible.
queues. I don't like queuing. So that sounds
Well,
awful. But I think we're staying next to the shambles, or on the shambles. And so if we get out and for the moment it opens, we might be okay.
yes. Yeah, I mean, I was like in the middle of the day, but I made a bit of a mistake. So I got my ghost the first time I went, and I made a bit of a mistake. So I bought a white ghost, and but it was splattered with blood because, like, obviously the horror, and I thought this is like a slash ghost, but it actually looks like a tampon.
Oh.
So
I'm
it was
seeing.
only when I brought it home and I was like, oh, okay. And my friend bought exactly the same one, but black, and that
Oh,
doesn't look like a tampon. So
oh no!
maybe don't buy, mate, don't,
I'm
yeah.
getting craft ideas in my head now for for horror
There's going to be another scene in
convention.
Witches of
Maybe
the
just
Sands, isn't there?
it was just eyes on tampons and things now. That's a
Yeah,
great idea.
yeah. But there is also a cat. I don't know if you're into cats, but there is a cat museum type thing as well, and that does like kind of the same thing with little cats. And
Oh,
if you
okay.
go around the city, there's a cat map, and you can see there's like kind of iron cats like all over the place. And we saw a few. We didn't do the walk. We saw a
Okay.
few of them. We walked around. You can walk around the city wall, which takes a couple of hours to walk around the city,
That
like
sounds nice.
old walls. And so I actually bought a little cat last time, because I couldn't get a ghost, so it made me feel a bit
Did
better.
your cat look like a tampon as well?
No, I think I got a sparkly cat.
That's good.
Sparkly cat. There's a cat in here actually, just sitting right behind. Usually they wait until I'm on a podcast or I'm doing something, and then one of them starts
Do
climbing up the
something.
curtains behind me. So
That's
we'll
very
see.
funny.
We'll see if that
That's
happens.
very funny.
So last time you were on the show when we did the
Mm.
chili sauce challenge, which you were very good at, actually. Everybody was so much better at it than I was. I was kind of, I think I suffered the most. Only the first time I did it, then I was kind of
Well,
okay.
I
But
suppose the thing is, don't forget, you've got repeat tastings. We only did it once, so
yeah, but
maybe.
I was okay after the first time. I think the first time got me, and then it wasn't so bad, or I was a little bit more
Oh, okay.
clueless.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I enjoyed it. They were good sources for sure.
yeah. Do you know who probably did the best? And I thought they would. It was Alan. He actually smashed
Alan
it.
Bryce.
Yes, I thought he would because I knew he's a bit of a chili sauce fiend, but he had a kind of a real big dollop of the hot one, and he
Oh, really?
he yeah he smashed it. And actually, the
Uh,
two boys as well. They were pretty good. They both well, Mike had a big bit, and then I think Alex wasn't going to be outdone, so he had a big bit, and he did go a bit pink, but they they survived it. But we had a little chat about kind of how we met, so we've covered all of that. So we met on a film called Beyond Fury many moons ago.
mm.
But I don't think we chatted about Bad Moon Rising. You came on board for that, didn't you, as well?
Yes, I did. That
Mentioned
was
that.
great. So yeah, that was filmed at Horror on Sea in Essex.
Yes,
And well, my bit was you'd done you'd done all the the other stuff
yes,
earlier, and you asked me to come on board and be a sort of a kind of ex-rocker Essex type
yes.
character with Marie
Maria
Metheringham,
Lee Metheringham.
Maria
Yes,
Lee Metheringham. And it was good fun. So it was great fun. Loved it. I loved it. And it was shot by MJ Dixon of Maiko, directed by
yes.
yourself.
It's great at horror,
And
so you can always like kind of pull people in to help you out, and he
exactly,
was happy to help me,
exactly.
which was
Yeah.
amazing.
No, it was really good fun. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It was a great scene. I really enjoyed the film. That was a really good, fun scene.
You played the
A little bit
character really well.
big,
It was
and
basically
I,
a
I was
couple who was it a couple who'd moved into a haunted building, and they were talking to this ghost paranormal show about the building they were
things that
living in. And
things that happened.
yes, and you were kind of
Yeah,
like
and I
over the top, kind of
yes,
hamming it up to
very.
the cameras, but it was
Yeah, and
great.
I'd put so much fake tan on for the part,
Yeah,
and I had to walk around the horror and sea all weekend like that. No one
but
really knew who
I
I was
have
then.
to
I
say
literally
that
was
that
like,
was your character choice. I didn't ask you
"Yeah,
to creosote yourself. You kind of really went for it, and I love that. And I like to do the same. You know, when you find a character, you like to kind of really delve into them, and
yeah,
it was perfect for the character. But yes, you were pretty orange that weekend.
I was." I kind of imagined him having he had a sunbed in his house. He's that kind of
Yes,
character, wasn't he?
yeah, he was like a kind of a rock version of David Dickinson, but much younger.
Yeah, I love David Dickinson.
Yeah, I actually love Bargain Hunt, and is it Bargain Hunt or Flog It, whichever one he was on.
Bargain Hunt he used to do, and he does Dickinson's Real Deal.
Yes, I love antiques. Like I love nothing more than browsing an antique shop. I could spend hours just looking at things. It's like, kind of like being in a
One
museum, but where you can buy stuff.
exactly, which is even better because you can take it with you. One of the like the expert guys from Dickinson's Real Deal has his antique shop just up the road from where we live on the King's Road.
Oh
So
wow.
we pop in every now and again, and he's really lovely. Yeah,
Oh.
he's a very nice guy.
Do you know what? I actually once went for like an audition to be on Bargain Hunt, and I didn't get picked.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who with?
I went with a friend, and basically you go there. So they have like they got a kind of function room in a hotel in near Heathrow. So we drove all the way down there when I was obviously living in London, and they have like a few kind of pairs, and they put you through tasks. So one of them they'll have like pieces of paper with kind of different antiques on. You've got to kind of guess the prices. They'll have like another bit where you have to guess which one is a real antique and which ones are not. There's another bit where you kind of say which thing you would pick to buy. So you kind of, yeah, you go, you do little tasks. But I did get a bargain hunt pen out of
Oh,
the
that's
process.
that's cool.
Yes,
That's
which
cool.
has since run out
So
and don't. Hey.
me and my friend back in the day, when we applied to be on supermarket Dale Winton. Remember Dale Winton's supermarket sweep?
Hmm. Did
We
you get?
we filled in the application form for that, and we got an interview. We went up for the interview and did the day, bit similar to yours, but
Right.
supermarket based. But we didn't get picked either, funnily enough.
Ah, that's
Which
really sad.
which looking back on
I
it, is
bet they're
probably
kicking
not
themselves
a bad
now.
thing. No, I'm no. Yeah, now, yeah, exactly. Now
Now
the
they'd be like, oh, could
supermarket
have
sweep
had those on
everywhere.
the show. Have you ever done any like other game
I know.
shows?
Yeah, but Bad Moon Rising was great. Great experience. Thank you for that. And
You're
I'm looking
very
forward to
welcome.
you casting me again.
Thank you. Well, yes. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But obviously
Yes.
since Bad Moon Rising, you've done loads of stuff. So obviously we've both appeared in the Video Shop Tales of Terror series, which I think
Yes,
I think is going to be a trilogy, the Video Shop Tales of Terror. And you are Mr. Daniels to my Paula Valentine.
I am.
And you are the cause of me turning into Frank and Paula and
Mm, I
all sorts.
know. And then
Yeah.
it all kicks off. That was been a really good fun though. I've really enjoyed the experience working first of all on Mosaic as Mr. Daniels, and
Yes. Oh, is
then the
that where
two.
Mr. Daniels was first
Yeah, yeah.
appeared?
We originally there was a kind of similar S character in a short film I did with the Tis guys, called The Allotment, and then they
Right.
kind of developed it into something a little bit different. But yeah, no, it's a great character. I really enjoyed playing him with you and exploring exploring his depths.
Yeah, he's probably a fun character to play.
Yeah, and I love working with those guys as well.
Yeah.
Everyone involved in that's great.
Well, I didn't actually think I was
Mm.
in the second one as much. So obviously, the first video shop, I was in kind of four of the five segments. Um, I know one of them was just kind of a little piece, or was it five or six? I can't remember how many segments were in it, but I was in like most of them.
Yeah,
And then the second one, I didn't do any of the segments. I did all the Route Brown stuff, but I forgot how many bits I had done because it was shot over quite a long period of time. I'd forgotten all the little extra snippets and things like the ads and all the other bits. So
yeah,
when I watched it, I was like watching it with fresh eyes because I just didn't remember doing half of it. Do you do that? Do you forget what you've
yeah.
done
Well, it was a
once you
long,
filmed it? It's kind of gone.
yeah, especially some like video shop. That was a long time ago. We filmed a lot of that.
Yeah,
But I think Video Shop 2 came together really well.
yeah,
Is a big, I don't want to say improvement on the first one, but a big in terms of production. It
yeah. I
looks
think the
and
production
feels.
value was much higher, and I think
Yeah,
people really upped
yeah,
their
and that's
game.
I think everyone's sort of been on a learning a bit of a massive learning curve, and of
Yeah.
course I co-directed one of the segments, which helped.
Yeah, and now it's premiered at Horror on Sea and it's been screened at Romford and
Yeah,
I don't know what other festivals they've submitted to or if we're going to get any more screenings. Do you know?
I know they've submitted to Troma Fest in New York, and I know they've
Oh,
submitted to one in Amsterdam. Is it Buttfest? But
yes, Buttfest.
yes, Buttfest in Amsterdam. I'm sure I've been there. No, no, that was a different one. Yeah, yes, yeah, but so I'm not sure what's happening to it after that. Yeah, I assume they'll be self-distributing.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I'd love them to get like a northern screening up here
that'd
somewhere.
be good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
it would.
I mean, there must be things.
There's Great
Movie
Northern. I
Fest.
don't know if they've submitted or anything. I haven't actually been to it, but it's in York actually, so that would be quite
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Only
Oh,
an
of
hour and
course,
a half.
you're HorrorCon, yeah. And because we were at the whole HorrorCon, weren't we, a while ago?
We were at Hull HorrorCon. That was fun. And then we went out wandering, trying to find somewhere to
Oh,
eat, and we ended up in
we
Mexican.
were. And we're going to HorrorCon in Sheffield actually next
Yes.
week.
Yeah, Shed of Hell. That's what it's called, isn't it?
Oh, and Shed of Hell, that's a different one. I forgot about that one. I
Oh, you
shouldn't
got
forget about
another
that. Sorry,
one.
Mike. I didn't forget about that at all. Is that in the north?
Shed of Hell is north of London, isn't it? Isn't it
Well,
Northampton?
yeah.
It's got north in the name, so I
North of
think it's
London.
quite
Yeah, I
south for
don't know.
me. But
Has it?
which one did you say you're doing
Yeah, I
next
don't know.
month? You went a
So
silent
next
lunch, isn't
week,
it?
Yeah, the next week we're in Sheffield at HorrorCon in
Oh, you're
Sheffield.
doing HorrorCon.
I love HorrorCon.
Yeah, I did the very first one many moons ago. I don't know if it's like 10 years or probably longer. Um and they had I think they had Tom Savini, Ken Foree. Um
That's cool.
yeah, they had really, really good guests. They always have really good guests actually, so it was super fun. They had Leatherface. So
That's very cool. I
yeah.
did meet him once in London. We should
Yeah,
mention Shed of Hell again, shouldn't we? Because we're both guests there.
we should.
Um, and I can't for the life of me. I know I'm being picked up in a minibus,
Are you?
uh,
I don't know
from
anything. I don't know
London,
any details yet.
and that's all I know. I know I'm going up with like some of the other guests, like Pauline and I
Right.
think Eileen or whatever.
Oh, you're
So I know
getting
I'm
picked
being
up from London,
taken.
are you?
Yeah, so I'm being taken there.
Ooh.
That so I don't need. Kind of feel like I don't need to know where I'm going.
Yeah,
So
I don't know anything actually. He did say he'd phone me and tell me, so I'm gonna drive because
yeah,
um
well, I think it's just because there's so many of us in London.
yeah,
It just makes sense.
it makes sense. I don't know where we're staying. I don't know anything.
But it's going to be good though. I'm really looking forward to it.
Mm,
Yeah, he's done it. He's done. They're doing well. Him and Rick and Alan. Alan and Bryce. Seem to be putting a really exciting event together. So
yeah, and then of course there will be Dark Fest later in the year,
and Darkfest.
which is
Darkfest
always
is
the fun
always
one.
Darkfest.
Yeah,
Love
I
a bit
didn't go
of Darkfest. We
last
love
year because
Darkfest.
I'd just moved. So I've had a year off, so it'd be nice to come back this year.
And will you be there this year?
I will be there this year, yes.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Alan did say yes, so I'm gonna take it as I will be there. Yeah, I
Just get
didn't
him get him a bottle of red. He'll be fine.
exactly. No, I'll have to get him back on the podcast actually to talk a bit more. Like we very much just talked about chili sauce when he was at Romford. So
Yeah, he's a great. He's got some great stories. Has he
yeah,
told
I
you about
love
the
his
time
diary inserts. So
his
Alan
diary
Bryce, who
inserts
owns
are great?
Dark Side magazine, he keeps posting on his Facebook these inserts of his childhood diaries from like the 60s. And he was such a like the way he writes is like you really kind of feel like you're there, like living these things with him. It was great. But yeah, I quite enjoy I quite enjoy reading them.
Has he told you about the time he went on a pub crawl with Johnny Depp?
No?
That's a good. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll leave that to him.
Yeah,
To him. Yeah, it's good.
that sounds fun.
Yeah, he's had some. He's got some good stories.
He has. So tell me about your filming obviously since Bad Moon Rising and obviously since the video shop, you've
Yeah,
been
shops.
making Witches of the Sand for
Yes.
a million years.
Yes. A
Wow.
million and 10 years.
Yeah.
So we are. I know I keep saying it. We are so close to the end. I'm just at the moment going through all the footage. Working out exactly what went where before it goes off to the editor. Some of it's already been edited, so
Right.
we've got little bits and pieces,
Mhm.
scenes here and there put together. So it is already coming together, but
I'm
I
pretty sure
just
there's already been a wrap
want to,
party.
uh, um,
Oh, Tony, you went funny
because
there.
of the oh no,
You did a little
am I
crash on
back?
me. You're back.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what I was saying. So anyway, so yeah, basically, we're ready. We're kind of edited. We're getting to the editing stage, which is great. And then we've still got little animated scenes cropping up throughout it. Um, yeah, some music. There's more music. There's a lot more songs in it than I originally thought there were going to be, which is
That's
good.
exciting.
We like songs. Obviously, one or two of yours might be in there, and
Are
then we've
they?
got some other bits and
Which
pieces.
ones are you going with?
Hmm, can't remember.
You can't remember.
I can't remember what. I know we have had this conversation before, but it's probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah. I think
So
was it Welcome to the Strange? I
into
feel
the
like
strange, into
Welcome to the
that.
Strange.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Which kind of works for the film.
Yes.
So yeah, we are getting there with that, which has been a long process, and I've kind of talked about it so much. I don't. I think I think people have probably heard it all. But it's been an experience.
Yeah. So what
And then the
started
other
out as
weekend we
a short?
Yeah, it was originally, if I remember rightly, I think it was Sam Mason Bell asked me to do a short for an anthology he was doing,
Right.
which didn't come off.
Hmm.
So I had a little bit of footage, and then I think Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist and a friend Brandon Crane, who was in Stephen King's It, did a little something for me, and then I had some quite interesting little
Who did
pieces
he
for the
play in
film.
it?
So I thought He plays so in the original, it not the new one. He
Yeah, the original.
plays the young Ben Hanscom, the chubby one.
Ah, okay. I love
Yeah.
that's the first horror film I ever watched when I was 8. So I still find it terrifying. Like I'm okay with clowns. I'm not really scared of clowns, but what I am scared of is those drains. You know, like where you have a pavement and then the drain. I can't walk past it.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think for me, the original series was mini-series film was great.
yeah,
I wasn't overly keen on the new ones, can't deny it. They're kind of all right, but a bit
yeah.
generic.
It didn't do anything that,
Yeah, so
was
there's that,
missing.
yes, yeah, exactly. So yeah, Witches is yeah, so that's how Witches started. And then obviously other people get involved. Um, uh, up to people like Ian McCulloch and Linnea Quigley and people like that. So it's just kind of become a bit of a bigger
Yeah, you've got so many people in
thing.
it, like so many kind of names from the world of horror, which is amazing.
Yeah,
Gotten them all involved. And because it's a project that no one really understands apart from you, you've got them all
yeah.
involved in things, and even they don't know. If you ask any of them, they're like, I don't really know.
No, no one knows. No one knows what it's about, which is really nice. And
Yeah, I
it,
can't wait to
it
see it.
I
Like,
think everyone's people are going to be surprised because it's I think with a lot of the sort of photos and the clips and things I've shared, it probably comes across, and I did this deliberately, it comes across as a little bit, um, uh, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of obvious, I think. But there's some depths to it, and it's quite becomes quite autobiographical, it, from about me, in places. So there's quite a lot going on in it. That I
excited.
don't think
Like,
people will
when
necessarily
do
be
you
ready
think
for.
that it will premiere?
I'd like to think it just depends on the post takes. We've got a few bits and pieces to do with it still. I'd like it will definitely be next year at the latest. Definitely next year.
Okay.
Definitely. Definitely.
Because I remember it was lockdown and you said to me, can you record a little piece? And I took my ring light down into, I lived in a kind of apartment complex in an underground car park, and I took my ring light down there and I filmed my little piece to camera just myself,
You did.
and
You
sent
did.
it over to you. And then next thing, I was coming back when I was Paula again. Was it Paula? So
Yeah.
Paula Valentine's kind of, I've said this a few times on the podcast, she's spanned over different filmmakers, movies. She's actually become her own person. I feel like there should be a film where Paula actually like takes over from me somehow.
I
I don't
think
know what
so.
that would be like, a
Yeah.
horror film where she kills me and she
I,
like, I
that's
don't know.
good.
I
That's
don't
good.
know.
Maybe Mr. Daniels could be maybe Mr. Daniels could be in it.
Mr. Daniels would definitely have to be in it.
Maybe it's like both of us. So, Miss Daniels kills me and Paula kills you and
Yeah.
takes over.
And they take over. Yeah.
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 So yeah, so anyway,
World.
I did so Witches is coming together really nicely. I'm really happy with how it's coming on. I'm not rushing it because I want to get it finished, but I want to do the best job that we can.
Yeah, of course.
Um, and we shot a film called Dana a couple of weeks ago, which was good. That's
Yeah.
it. That was short, with that Lauren wrote, and James Newton directed it, and did with the usual guys.
Hmm.
Um, and that looks really good. That's coming together really well. So that's going to be
I
one of the
saw a few
stories.
pictures.
Yeah, we've got a little anthology film we're doing. That so that's going to be one of the stories. Libra will be one. Um, Rabbit will be one, and we've got a couple more coming together for a really good little idea. So that's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm obviously we've got our pieces from horoscopes. I'm wondering when they're going to be released. I haven't actually had MJ on the show for a proper show either. I've only had
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean I'd like to. Yeah, I'd obviously yeah. Libra didn't get in, but Rabbit's in there. But I thought there's no harm in doing something else with it.
No,
And
exactly. I've got to say that Libra scarred me.
good. So it wasn't. We didn't
You
set
sent me
out.
a link and I was like, what have I just seen?
Yeah, I think
Like,
that
wasn't
was
expecting it at all.
no. I think that was kind of half the fun of it.
Yeah.
It was I didn't I think I said before I wrote it, but I didn't originally plan that
Mm.
scene we're talking about. So it's a scene with maggots in a willy, basically, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
live maggots in
It's
a
things
real
that
willy.
my eyes could not unsee
Yeah, I
after they had.
originally I just wanted the guy sitting there, the actor, and a lone maggot trying to crawl over his willy, like from the testicles up. So they, which I thought would have been quite comedic. But then Mike said, "What I could do, what I could do, Tony,
I can't believe that was
is
his
put the maggot
idea.
inside in my foreskin, and then I could pull the foreskin back, and they'll all drop out." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." It's like,
That's
and
horrific.
that's
Like,
how
what if one had
that's how
like crawled in or something? Like,
not all the way, hopefully.
no.
Laying it. I
Oh,
don't want anything. Don't want any eggs being laid, do we?
oh God, can you imagine? That's a whole other film.
No. Ooh.
It was horrific. I mean, we did a scene in for Witches. Was it for Witches where he was a mummy and he had
Yes.
like, and I think they were mealworms. And I think they were dead, and I wouldn't even go near those. I was like,
Yes.
no.
They were dry. There was like
Oh, they were
it was like a
horrible.
bird food. It was bird food.
Yeah,
Bird
but
food
they're
mealworms.
horrible. I
Yeah,
did
you
actually
didn't like
buy some
that.
once when I was living in London and Victoria Park, there was snow and it would like really frozen over, and people were saying like if you can get some bird food, to these places, take some down. And I did buy. I went with my friend and we bought like a few big bags of bird food from I think it was Tesco's, and then we
Hmm.
went down to the park for a walk in the snow. And I remember opening one of those bags and I was like, oh, I can do it. I can only do it.
Oh, but well, you were very brave. You were
I was
very
very
brave on set with the mummy. You're a very brave lady.
I'm very brave. I probably wasn't. That was actually one of my favorite times I've ever been on set. So I was standing next to you at the time, and there was an actor, and I think he had to say a line, and all he had to say was "mummy fucker," and he
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
say it.
mummy.
He couldn't
That's
say "mummy fucker." He was like, "You mummy fucker, you mummy motherfucker, you mother mummy
that's
fucker." Like it. It must have been over
forgotten
30
about that.
takes. Can you remember how many
I
takes it was
wonder.
at the end?
I wonder if we've got that
Oh, it's
somewhere.
so good.
Hopefully we've got that somewhere.
I mean, that's got to be that could be a reel. Just
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
so good.
I've forgotten about that. It's Rob. He's a really lovely guy,
Oh my
actually.
God.
But
We
yeah,
were
there's
literally
just
crying. I think you
just
had to walk out of the studio.
two, just two. There was just those two words, wasn't it? Mummy, you mummy fucker or something.
Hmm.
And it just. But as well, it's like sometimes when you're acting as well, it just hits you, and for whatever reason it just won't come out properly, and that's what happened to him, wasn't it? And he just couldn't say it.
He just couldn't say it. Here she comes.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
There she
I'm
is,
gonna go
making an
and yell
entry.
at the seagulls. I've got two seagulls that live on the roof.
Oh, that's cool.
The cats are indoor cats, they're not allowed out, but they just like sit there and yell at the seagulls.
See, I like a seagull. They
Yeah.
get a bad rap, I
Oh
think. I
my
like
God. I
them.
went to Asda yesterday. And there's a fire engine and all these firemen, all these people filming. And I looked up and they were trying to rescue a seal. I think it might have been too late. I think it had impaled itself on, the anti-bird spikes.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
I don't know if I mean, I saw it flap a bit when they kind of got it out, but it kept, I don't know. I don't know if it survived. I didn't want to wait around and find out because it would have upset me. So I just went inside.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very nice.
No, but I'm glad that the firemen were like, trying to rescue
In
the
uniform?
yeah. No,
Oh
I'm
dear.
glad that they were trying to rescue
They
them.
were.
I didn't
That
stay
sound
there long. I took a picture and a little video and then sent it to
there
people
you go.
and was like,
There
look,
you go.
they got rescued.
That's good. We've got a couple of pigeons who live in our back garden actually. There's a couple of robins and a couple of pigeons, and
Hmm.
I feed them every now and again
Do yours have
if I'm feeling
names?
if I'm feeling magnanimous.
Well, I've got next door's cat keeps pooping in my. I've got a big planter which I'm having knocked out soon anyway. I've got a guy coming to do like some bits of work for me. But next door's cat keeps pooping in the planter. I mean, like all of its poop, like every day that's where it goes. It's
Oh
like,
no.
and I want to train the seagulls to be like attack seagulls, but I don't really know how to train them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like they all they have to do is like swoop at it and send it away.
What if you put some like poison oak in there? That's not
I
very
don't want
nice,
to
is it?
poison the cat. I don't want to hurt the cat. I just want it to go away.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and
I don't know how you stop
seagulls are
cats
massive
pooping.
here. Like the seagulls are definitely like much bigger than the cat.
Hang on a minute, you don't want to poison it, but you're happy for it to be ripped apart by a death
No, I
seagull.
just want them to swoop and send it on its way. I don't want them to hurt
Okay,
it.
I see. Okay.
Um, but like they're very big seagulls here, like obviously right by the sea. They are huge. They're like velociraptors that fly.
Velocigoal, that's good.
Velocigal. That's probably a film waiting to happen.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And
I don't really watch those sort of films as a rule.
No,
The,
I'm
the
on the odd occasion I'll
dark.
watch something like that and then I'll go.
Yeah, but you've got to be kind of right in the real right mood for it, haven't you?
Yeah,
I
I
mean, the
watched one the other
Sharknadoes I
day
quite
that was
enjoyed,
about a
but
spider, and you know how I hate spiders.
mm.
And it was a kid had got this spider and she kept it and it like it grew and it grew and it grew and it started killing people. I can't think what the film was called, but it was actually quite good.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
I actually quite like
Uh,
it.
I think, and it's called. I can't think. It's quite new, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite new. I think it
Couple of
must be
years
on
old.
Netflix
Yeah, I
or
think I've seen.
something.
I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
she's doing her clicking noise now. Can you hear her? Can you
No,
hear that?
I can see. I can see. I
You
can
see
see the
she's
curtain
moving.
moving.
She's getting cross.
It's it's like a sort of ghostly curtain. I like it.
Yeah. Well, we are out of time for part one,
Oh,
so I
okay.
will let you go and have a little break, and I'll see you very shortly. Welcome back to the Scream Princess podcast. Welcome back to part two. What did you do in your break, Tony?
I got some water. I've got a pint of water. And I saw Lauren briefly because we're shooting off to a barbecue very shortly. Going to go a little bit earlier and have a look around the charity shops. Funnily enough, we like a charity shop.
We do.
Uh, yeah, so that was it. That's it. And I had a handful of cashew nuts.
You're so healthy. I actually went off and I made myself a vegan egg McMuffin.
Oh,
So I actually made the egg from scratch with the rice flour.
you made the egg.
Yeah, I made yeah, it's rice flour, water, nutritional
Okay.
yeast, and black salt.
Oh yeah, sounds really
So-
appetizing.
Well, black salt sulfurous, it gives it the, like eggy flavor, and then
Oh,
it
okay.
looks like an egg patty, like that you'd get in an egg
That's that.
McMuffin.
I'm sure it's lovely. I shouldn't say this obviously to a vegan, but I had two eggs. I had two eggs and some olives and some tomato just before I came on here.
I actually used to love dippy eggs. I kind of miss dippy eggs as soldiers, but I have worked out how to do a runny egg yellow as well.
Oh, that's good.
And so I can just do an egg cup of egg yellow, which is the best bit, really, isn't it? And then
Yeah,
still do
that's cool.
soldiers.
I love that.
Yeah, so I've worked out the tricks now.
You are a tricky trickster.
So you are
I
very healthy. What a lot of people don't know about you is you're a very keen runner.
Yeah, I mean, especially I used to be more than I am now. I still go to the gym a lot, but the running sort of taking its toll on my legs and my hip a little bit. I still do a bit, but yeah, I used to do a lot of. I went to sort of up to sort of ultra marathons and a lot of obstacle course racing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got up to pretty decent standard. It
I
was a
feel
good
like
way
we
to
should
keep
get
the
a
weight
team
off.
together and do like
A
not
tough
necessarily a
mudder.
tough mudder, but like one of the fun ones.
Yeah,
I've done a
there are.
color rush one before,
Oh,
where
I've
it's
done a
like the
color
big
rush as well.
inflatable things and they throw colors at you. But by the time
Yes.
we've done it, it rained. So all of the colors, which are meant to be like nice, like, colored powders and you're meant to look like a rainbow,
Yeah.
we just looked like swamp monsters because they'd all run into each other and we just gone this weird, like swirly green.
Oh no. Oh, that's
I'll
quite
find a
funny.
picture somewhere. But that
Yeah,
one was super fun.
we should get a Tough Mudder team.
Yeah, like a little
Horror Mudder.
horror family one.
I like that.
I've done a mini Tough Mudder. I don't think I'm fit enough to do that now. Like I was lighter and that's when I was doing a lot of running. I was like,
It's not easier. I mean, obviously you're nowhere near as old as I am, obviously. But the older you get, the harder it is
yeah.
to sort of maintain that sort of level of fitness. You know, the
There's one
muscles.
called Gung Ho that I haven't done, and that looks really fun. That's like inflatable obstacles. So,
Oh, okay. I did an inflatable obstacles one in London when I used to write reviews for an obstacle course race, the obstacle course race magazine, which was
there's
great because
actually a magazine about just
they used
obstacle
to
course.
be. They
That's
used to be.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it was
very niche.
great. It was really cool. Yeah. That it was somewhere in London when I was living in Whitstable.
Right.
But yeah, it was good fun. Yeah. I enjoy. Yeah,
Mm.
so yeah, I do enjoy that. I do. I like keeping fit because I put weight on very easily. So
Right.
I have to. I have to.
So, what have you went and you got something in the break?
Oh
What have you
yes.
got for
So
show and tell?
so this is I thought I'd show you some pictures of Danny. This is the Witches of the Sand's first production book. So there's some pictures of Danny here from some of the scenes she's done with us. The first one is this one, which was when we were in the theatre,
When I was a nurse.
when you were a nurse. Yeah, yes. And then this one here, this was the one, this is what we were talking about, the mummy.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I got to live out my like Indiana Jones dream a little bit. It's
Exactly,
like a cross between
exactly.
Indiana Jones and Lara Croft. I'd never
And
fit into those
there's
shorts now,
a
but
mummy with a 2,000-year-old erection there.
yeah,
Bless
yeah.
him.
And that was
Uh,
the actor in the middle who couldn't say mummy fucker.
that's it. That's right. Yeah. And then there's you here. So this is the some of the artwork we had done for the film. Then there's you there at the bottom, Screen
Who
Princess.
drew this artwork?
That is Stephen Snowden.
Right.
He's sort of really involved with like the Romero Weekend of the Dead and things like that. So we wanted a kind of creep
Mhm.
show-esque vibe to it. That's sort of like playing on the sort of EC comics of the 50s,
Yeah.
which he did brilliantly
Yeah.
there. And then let's see what else. Oh yes, one of my favorite scenes
Oh.
is there you are as Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph with
There's
Lawrence.
me as Father Christmas, and there's
Yes, you can hardly see
Lawrence
you. You're
Harvey.
hiding away there.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't a bad place to be.
No.
It was a good no, seriously, that was really good fun. That was a good fun day.
That was so fun. I remember
Um,
you saying, like, what do you want to be in the nativity? And I was like, I want to be a reindeer. And you were like,
yes,
okay, done.
we can do that.
Well, I'd never played a reindeer before.
Well, no, I don't know many people who have. I don't know.
No, so.
And then there's you in one of the animated
Oh,
scenes.
my head.
Your
Yeah.
head, somebody popping out of your head in one of our many animated scenes. So there's yeah. And then I
I think
also
people can
found
see from that what a kind of bonkers film it is.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Is
it's
the
but the
book,
art
is it just your book, or are you actually going to do copies for people to buy?
no, it's just I mean, do you know what? It was
Or is
a
it just,
Tesco photo book where I just put loads of
oh, is it?
photos together. Yeah, but it costs like
Oh,
180
oh,
pounds.
bloody hell. That's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm happy to do one for someone, but
Yeah.
but I don't think they want to pay 180 pounds for it.
That's a
That's the
lot. I
problem.
know there's like other companies. I don't know. I didn't know whether it was just like if you for your keepsake or whether you were kind of,
Yeah, no, I mean obviously it'd be great to do them, but
yeah.
no, yeah, it's my sort of keeps. I've got had so many photos like behind the
Yeah.
scenes things that I just
It's a
wanted
really good
one
idea because
place.
people, you don't have, no one really prints pictures anymore, do they? Like every now
Exactly.
and again, I will just go through my phone and I'll send off a little batch to print a few because otherwise it's like, what happens if social media disappears? You just literally have lost
Well,
all.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, because you're just relying on your sort of Facebook memories, aren't
Yeah.
you, to see old photos again.
Yeah. And I mean,
So
is
yeah, I
Facebook going to
do.
last forever? You know what I mean?
Well,
Or will it,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
do like
know.
to print photos off every now and again. Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
like them around the house. I know some people put pictures everywhere. I'm not really one for having pictures around the house, but just like I just every now and again I'll just have a little look.
Oh yeah, no, I like we've got quite a few. I
You got
like
quite a few
them.
pictures around the house.
Yeah, I like them a lot. So I found this as well. Look, your autobiography.
Ah, I didn't. What's that from?
That is from Witches. But that
Valentine's
was
Day Massacre. And
yes.
what's the picture?
If
Did
you're
I send you the picture, or is that one of the pictures?
no, it's from
Is that one of the Tis pictures?
the posters you did for Tis
Right.
film.
I like that
That was the
bikini.
shark attack one, was it, or something?
Well, we did loads of fake posters. We did that's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's great, isn't it? So that
Yeah.
Chris Snellthorpe made this up for me, and we used it we used it in Witches, and I'm pretty sure that if I'm right, Alex borrowed it as well
Oh, did
for
he?
one of his. So yeah, so
Amazing. Well,
it's all
see, Paula
doing the rounds.
Valentine's got an autobiography, and I don't. But I don't really know what I'd write in it, and I don't think anyone would be interested in reading it. Like it would be like,
I think it'd be interesting. I think you'd have to give away a few of your secrets though.
this is it. Secrets are secrets for a reason, aren't they?
Well, exactly. But then there's no point in having an autobiography
No, that's true.
if you're not going to reveal any secrets. I'm putting my
No,
reading glasses on.
I feel like it would just be like a work one. Like it would just be like a career one if I did one ever. But I don't know. I don't really have any secrets to be honest. I think
I
like
don't
I'm
really
quite an
believe you.
open book.
I'm
Everything's
not sure if I
like,
believe you. I don't
yeah,
believe
no,
you.
I don't. I am quite an open book. Everything's kind of been said, done, whatever. Like it's been on Facebook. It's been on Insta. Like I'm not really. I just it's easier that way, isn't it? I've never been very secretive. I'm just quite,
Yeah,
you know,
I think especially these days, it's like anything can find out pretty much anything about you,
exactly.
and so you're better off just being honest, I suppose.
Exactly. So charity shops.
Love a charity
So
shop.
I always look on Tony's social media, and he's been to well, you call them boot fairs, don't you? I call them
Mm.
hot boot sales, but like have been to a like boot fair. What would you call? What's the American equivalent? What would you call those? Like
I think in America that's called them
a
flea
flea market,
markets,
right?
or
Okay.
yeah, and charity shops they're called thrift stores, I
Thrift
think.
stores, yes.
Yeah.
You are like one of the most incredible thrifters I have ever met. Like I go into them and I don't find anything. Like my mum's really good at finding like nice clothes and things, but I can't be bothered to root through stuff. And I like to root through the records. I like to root through the vinyls and find like old vinyls. But you come up with some gems.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's harder now. I still like to go to the boot fairs, boot sales. And every now and again I'll find something quite exciting, either to keep for myself or, I still like to see if I can make a bit of a profit on something, chuck it on eBay or whatever.
Like Del
Um,
Boy.
like Del Boy, yeah, it's kind of old habits. I used to do it when I was younger,
Right.
um, and obviously then it was much easier to find stuff because like when before eBay, when eBay was just
Yeah.
starting out, there'd be stuff that people didn't know was worth money, but now now
Yeah.
everyone knows the value or what they think the value of
Yeah.
something is
Even
because of
charity
like the antique
shops.
programs and yeah,
Yeah.
and
Even
charity
charity
shops are
shops, they'll have people that like look up the items. And I think even going to
yeah.
a charity shop now, you're like things cost quite a lot of money compared to what they used to.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's fair for them to, make a fair amount on it, but sometimes
Yeah.
they seem to put crazy prices on stuff
Yeah.
because I think they look up eBay and they look up what people are selling them at, not what they've been sold for.
Yeah, because you can click on what's sold and see the actual
Yeah,
pricing.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So you've got to be a bit careful. But yeah, I do enjoy it. I picked it up the other day, from a car boot sale. I do like my set. I like my 70s smart. Look at that. Curious.
Wow.
Look at that.
I mean,
Magic.
that's quite stylish, that one with the like head
Yeah,
sort
but
of.
it's also a little bit creepy. It's a bit, it's a kind of bit of
I
both.
like that one. I
But
like
this
things that I
this
like
one,
creepy.
this is Sex Education magazine for men and women.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
Are they going to be props in witches? Like what are they for?
what are they for?
Mr. Daniels.
Yeah, they could be, couldn't they? I mean, well, again, see, I paid £14 for 18 of them, and they're actually selling on eBay for £10 each.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's a good profit. That's £180, give or take, for a
Yeah.
£14 outlay. So if I can bear to part with them, then I will. But yeah, no, there's been like toys. I always sort of bought vintage toys and Star Wars things like that.
Yeah.
He-Man.
And you
Well,
found a partner in Lauren who doesn't mind you having a like a toy collection in the house.
no, she's pretty cool about it actually. My study is very different to her study though. But
Yeah.
mine's like full
Hers is
of
like library, neat,
yeah.
tidy.
Hers, she's a doctor. She's got a PhD. She's got bookshelves lined
Yeah.
with stuff, and
Yeah. Take us on a tour.
mine's literally action figures and props and films and um
I mean, it's great, like with all the shelf space as well. Did you put them in?
no, that was here. That was
Oh,
already here. Which is nice. Yeah. Uh
yeah.
yeah.
You've got some really cool stuff in there. I can see a spot a random crow. I like the little ventriloquist, like he looks like a ventriloquist dummy, but it's small. Like the
I
creepy
tell you
little
what is here, look.
Jeremy Kyle show. Have you been on
Yeah.
that?
No, I haven't been. Well, well, not exactly. I was kind of on it. I was in his advert.
Were
I
you?
played. Yeah, I played someone. Remember, he had a counselor called Graham,
I don't
and
really remember.
well, my job was to cry on his shoulder for his kind of his sort of, TV ad.
Right,
Uh,
okay. I didn't
and
know you'd done that.
yeah, and it was played a couple of times just before he got cancelled. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
What did he get? Yeah, I don't know why he got cancelled. Did he
Did
like?
did did someone did someone kill themselves
Oh,
who'd been
that's
on his show
I
or
don't
something
know.
like that?
But
I
come on,
think.
those people were probably going to anyway.
Well,
Like, I don't
exactly.
think it's
I,
anything to do with the show, surely.
I wouldn't have thought so.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't have thought
people in
so.
their right mind didn't go on that show, right? It was like,
No,
no,
no. I mean, no. I mean, he wasn't. I suppose the thing is the way he treated people wasn't particularly nice. But it's a show. I don't know.
it's a
I don't know
show.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know.
It was
I
kind of
have
a
no.
car crash, wasn't it? But
Yeah, but and he was. I'll be honest. He was. Um. Yeah, he was an interesting guy to
was
talk to.
he?
Mm, yeah, he was kind of exactly how you'd expect him to be. Put it that way.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I'd expect, to be honest. I've never been one to really watch those kind of shows. I used to like a little bit of Ricky Lake years ago, but only the ones where they do makeovers. So it'd be like my daughter's a freak, which you probably wouldn't be allowed to say now. And then like they'd give her a makeover and make her like look pretty, or yeah, like there was some. I used to like those ones. I like a makeover show.
I like the sound. I like the sound of that, where someone's literally saying, My child is ugly.
Yeah, not
can you
ugly,
please
but they'd be like
put
the
some
kid would be like
put
some
some
like a
makeup on
punk
her
or
for
something,
Christ's
and
sake?"
they'd want to make them like demure and nice or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
Um,
get it.
yeah, I used to enjoy watching those ones just to see like the change.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't be allowed to do that now.
No, no, because you're not allowed to like say things about people. You're not allowed to do anything.
No, no,
I
no,
wonder how
you're
many
not.
people Witches of the Sands is going to offend. I'm excited.
It's going to offend a large demographic. It's going to offend. The thing is, obviously we talk about quite a lot of stuff. There's a lot of strange imagery in it. There's we kind of we have a sort of pronoun scene and
All right.
uh, and a Nazi scene and a lot of nudity, male and female.
Yeah, it's not
Even
like you've just made the women be naked.
No, no, we've got a transgender lady in as well. So it's there's a lot for people to talk about. We didn't do it deliberately. It just seemed to crop up every time I saw something in the news,
Right.
uh, or read about something. I thought I've got, my cogs would start turning, and we'd put a little extra scene in because basically it's a lot about the film's about a director. Uh, who's losing the plot as he sort of makes this film called The Witches of the Sands.
Mhm.
Uh, so his outlook and his views on things are a little bit peculiar. Um, so yeah, he's not the nicest person in the world.
Do you feel like this has kind of been like a therapy for you whilst making the film?
Mm. Yeah, because as you know, Danny, a lot of the time when I was making this, my life wasn't in the best position. So most people know as well as making the film, I was having trouble with my then wife and we separated. Um, and now I'm very happy, obviously, blah blah blah. But at the time, it was a bit of a nightmare. So I was going through quite a lot of, a horrible time. Um, so there was a lot. That's what I mean by very autobiographical in
Yeah.
places. So yeah, yeah, it was a strange time for
Yeah.
sure.
I got banned from Witches of the Sand for a little while there, and then I came back
You
and you've
did,
now
you did,
upgraded. So
you did.
it's all
Well,
good. The life is good.
what happened was, I might as well say I can say it now, is that my ex at the time just thought that I had a thing for Danny,
She confused
and
him with Mr. Daniels.
she was confusing me with Mr. Daniels. I mean, maybe I should have changed out of the costume when I went home. But no, it's just obviously crazy. We're just really good friends,
Yeah.
and uh. and that was it. And but yeah, it just became a nightmare. And then it won't go into details, but it was horrible, wasn't it? And then I
Yeah.
was on set with you that time, and I had a bit of a meltdown. I, and I spent the next year, apologizing to Alex and everyone and you.
That
But
was it.
yeah, yeah. But then these things happen. What can I say? It's
Life
sometimes
happens.
life happens, and
It
it's how
always,
you
I
deal
always
with
think,
it.
well, life works out though in the end, the better. Like things always like, whatever happens, like better things are on the horizon. So I think people
Exactly,
need to
exactly. You've got to
always need to think
experience the
about that. You're
lows.
always like, well, overcome everything else. So this is just another like blip in the road.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a horrible blip. I just
Yeah.
turned 50. I had to move back in with my parents. It was like I was not all right at the time. But yeah, it was quite funny. When you look back at it now, it's very funny.
Yeah,
You
like,
know.
and now you're great. So
And now I'm, the happiest I've ever been. The
yeah.
film's, Witches is nearly done. I've got great friends. I'm getting married next year to the lovely Lauren. We're moving to the States.
I will miss you both when you move to the States.
Oh,
I know I
you
live
must
miles
come.
away from you now. Actually,
I
I
know.
could fly to the States probably in the same time as it takes to drive to London.
Yeah, you probably could actually. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but you'll come and visit,
I
obviously.
will.
You come to Cali. Come to Cali. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a strange. I know it's a strange time to move to America with everything going on over there at the moment
Yeah,
politically,
but
but
well,
it
Lauren
is
is
what it
from
is.
America. Obviously, anyone
Yeah.
who
So
watched
yeah, long
her
enough to say
podcast will have
Yeah.
got that from the
Yeah.
accent. Is she North
Yeah.
Carolina or South
She's
Carolina?
from North Carolina originally. Yeah. Yeah.
But you're
She
moving
she
to
lived in lots of
California,
different places, but North Carolina is where she spent a lot of her childhood.
right? But you're moving to California,
Moving to California,
which is
yeah.
very
Retiring,
exciting.
retiring near somewhere near wine country is the
Yes.
plan.
Oh, yeah. California
Yeah.
wine and raisins. Remember the California raisins?
Yeah. Oh, the little dudes with arms,
Yeah, and they played
legs.
instruments, I think.
They did, and I think if I remember rightly, you could get the little figures.
Yeah,
California
California
raisins.
raisins. I've never been a raisin lover though, but
Uh, it's the sort of food that your mum forced you to eat in your packed lunch. Those little
yes.
cardboard box of raisins.
Exactly this. This is exactly what put me off raisins. When other kids were
Yeah.
getting little chocolate bars, I was getting such
Right.
cute little boxes of raisins. But funnily enough, I now put them in Kyle's lunchbox, but he really likes raisins. So
Ah.
all of the like she obviously looking back, she was giving me the healthy options, she was
Yeah.
giving me stuff that was
Exactly.
better for me. And I do it to him, but he really likes raisins. So
I feel
um
like we need to revisit this. Just let's go rewind a sec. Did you make Kyle's lunch for him? I like this. I'm liking
yeah.
this a lot.
Yeah, I
Oh,
pack
that's really
lunches.
sweet.
I do all
What
the
else? What?
cooking. I pack lunches. So I either do like pack lunches with sandwiches and like raisins and some fruit and stuff, or I actually cook and then I like do like chili and rice or something for like a curry or something. So
Oh,
because if
that's
he's on a long shift, he's like a
yeah.
bit late coming home for dinner, and I either have to eat really late to wait for him. So yeah, I send him with 2 meals a day to work, unless
I
he
love
finishes
that.
early and then he'll have his dinner at home.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good at doing the lunches. Like I quite enjoy it. And I love doing else I love doing a picnic. I love packing picnics when we go on hikes. So there'll always be like a potato salad and then some sandwiches, some like mini vegan pork pies. He's not vegan, by the way, but if I
That
can
do you know
keep it.
what we have you ever watched a TV comedy called Schitt's Creek, the American
Yes,
series?
I love
We
it.
yeah, so we're just long seen it before, but I'm just blitzing through it. I'm on the
Had you
last
not seen
season.
it before?
No,
Oh my
I'm loving it.
God.
Yeah, so Moira is like brilliant. David's like my
Yes.
favorite character, but Moira was great. And they've just got to the one where David and his boyfriend go on a hike and they take the
Oh,
picnic and he proposes to
yes.
David and it just
Oh,
reminded me of you and Kyle then.
yeah, he hasn't proposed on a hike yet.
Oh well, still give it time. Give it time.
And
Wait until
and
he
I'm
sees
not
this
that grumpy
podcast.
about hiking either. I don't whinge when I'm on a hike. I'm quite good. Like,
Oh
although
yeah, see I
I don't like hills. I do whinge a little bit actually when I'm on a hill. And then when I get to the top of the hill, I'm like, "Phew, I'm just not very
yeah,
good at
I'm
climbing up
not.
hills."
It's funny because I've always say I always like running and especially cross country and stuff. But I've never been a hiker, and like I definitely won't go camping.
Oh,
Absolutely
I
not.
love camping, which
No,
people wouldn't believe from me, but it was when I did
no.
mannequin, we had to camp. And I ended up like I think I was on set for 10 or 11 nights and I took my little dog with me. So I had my tent and I had the dog. So it was, I wasn't like in the tent by myself, but actually had a really good time. Like if you're on a campsite that's got facilities, you've got toilets and you've got like pot
Yeah.
areas and stuff. We did have a kitchen to cook with because we were filming at like a farm next door.
Oh, okay,
But
okay. Yeah, I'm still saying I can't, I'm still saying no.
you're still saying no. You like the luxuries. I don't.
I like I like a mini bar.
You you can
I
take
like I
drinks
like
with
I like
you
room
take drinks with you.
service.
You can set up a mini bar in your tent.
Yeah, yeah, but there's
They'd be warm, but
something about sleeping on the ground
we have an
with
air
spiders.
mattress.
No, no,
Up
you'll never
mattress and a
convince me.
sleeping bag.
You know what?
Honestly,
I went to I've been to one music festival and camped. It was Reading in
oh well, that would
1992.
probably put you off. I wouldn't want to camp at a festival.
Yeah, it was horrible. But I saw Nirvana and it was great and Mudhoney and stuff. It was a great concert and everything. But it was pouring. It was literally
Yeah,
pouring,
you don't
and
want
it was
that.
horrible. It was horrible, and I don't think I've ever might have I ever camped again. Don't think I have. Maybe, but I don't think so. Yeah, horrible.
You should go, or you could go glamping
I've been glamping.
in glamping,
Yeah, that was okay, but
right?
again, it wasn't
You didn't
room
have a mini bar.
service. Yeah, it wasn't a bar. Yeah, so not sure.
I quite like it. I like being at one with nature. And I saw like I thought you would like a hike because you feel it's good for the well-being. It's like all this greenery and like the things you see and the sounds and the scents. Well, actually sometimes it smells like country. like cows and stuff. That's not the best scent, but it's still kind of, I don't know, comforting in a way. You're like, no, give me a champagne lounge any day.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, yeah, exactly. Afternoon tea, champagne tea.
I do
Yeah.
like an afternoon tea. I do like an afternoon. I was going to actually, I need to
I sound
book one. I was
terrible.
going to
I sound
book one
terrible.
this week for my mum while she's here. I've got
Good
things
idea.
to do to entertain her. Um, so maybe an afternoon tea. And I think he wants to watch all the Final Destinations before the new one comes out. Um,
Ah,
and I don't know how
yeah,
my mum's going to feel about sitting on an evening watching Final Destination, but she might. She says she's never watched a horror film, which is
really?
odd, isn't it? I mean, she's seen Jaws, if you're like, I count Jaws as a horror film, so she'll have seen that, but yeah, she's never really watched horror films.
Oh wow. Well, I've got a soft spot for the Final Destinations. I think they're good fun.
I really like them. I think they're fun. But that was kind of my era of getting into horror, really. It was that kind of late 90s, early noughties with all of the kind of like the teen slashers really of the time.
Yeah,
Final Destination was in that
yeah,
same
100%.
era
That's
with
not bad. That wasn't a bad time at all. I mean, yeah, Final Destinations. The first few Saws and things like that were,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I loved those. So yeah, I think
yeah. Well, I
that's
think
my week.
how are you? How do you feel about horror at the moment? Are you enjoying the new sort of horror films or
I
not?
haven't watched much that's very new, apart from that spider thing the other day, which I can't think of the name of.
Hmm.
But I haven't watched much new. I'm looking forward to. What I'm liking is I hate remakes. Like I had this conversation before. I hate remakes. I'm always like, if it's a good film in the first place, you don't need to remake it. It will stand the test of time.
Yeah,
Um, and if it's bad, then you're probably not going to make it better. But what I like is like they're coming back with, the same cast. Like I'm loving, like I love Beetlejuice. And I know that I will love the new Final Destination. And I've loved like the newer Screams because they've kind of, kept to the kind of recipe. As you know,
yeah,
we did last summer's coming back, so I'm really excited about that.
yes, that was always
Um,
a good one.
yeah, so I mean they've waited a very long time to kind of do it, but so I'm excited about this kind of new kind of era of like
Nostalgia, kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
nostalgic
like
horror for
yeah, I haven't
yeah.
watched much very new stuff though, and I've actually been delving way back. So we've been watching the Hammer. I've got a Hammer collection, and I
Cool.
hadn't watched them all. I'd seen like an odd few. So we've actually every night we've been watching an old Hammer movie, and I've got like a
Oh,
new
that's
Apple
cool.
box set. So I'm really getting into the old stuff, like stuff that I hadn't really seen.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, I've gone opposite way. I'm watching everything
No,
back.
that's good. That's a good way to do it. It's nice to mix it up a little bit with new and old as well. Every,
Yeah.
every now and again.
I did watch another film the other day, and again, I can't remember the name, the number. What I'm talking about. And I don't know what channel I watched it on either. It will have been something on Fire Stick, one of the apps I've got on there. And it was about a girl that goes back in time to save her sister. Her sister's she's grown up and she's never met her sister. Like her sister died before she was born,
Yeah,
like in a high school killing, and she manages to get
I've
the
seen it.
time machine to work, and she goes back in time to save her
Yes,
sister.
I've seen that.
What's it called?
I can't think. Final.
It was really good though. I actually really enjoyed it. And it
Yeah, no, I
had a real
enjoyed it.
90s vibe.
If it's the one I think it is, because I know there were two quite similar. There's another one. There's two, and one of them I remember really enjoying, one of them not so much. But yeah, if it's the one I think you're talking about, yeah,
I
it was
think what
good
it's
fun.
called, and I couldn't even tell you who was in it, so that's not um there's a girl in it who was in something else.
Was it the one? Wasn't Sabrina? Was it the Teenage Witch
No,
remake? No,
no, it wasn't Sabrina. There's a girl in it who was in the Outer Banks, maybe, or I think was she in Outer Banks? I'm not sure.
I
Um,
don't know Outer Banks. I don't know what
yes,
that is.
anyone listening to this right now or watching this are just like, what are these two talking about?
Yeah,
I can't think what it was called, but I really enjoyed that. So that was a new film but it had a real 90s vibe. It felt like a 90s slasher.
yeah, for sure.
And did you
Yeah.
see Heart Eyes? Because I actually like that as well.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
I really liked it. Kyle didn't really. He
I've
thought it was stupid, and it
I've
was a bit
heard. I've
predictable.
Yeah, but
And
some people seem to love it, and other people seem to
yeah,
hate it. I will watch it, but
I
did
liked it.
you go to the cinema to see it?
I did because my friend had booked it. I'm actually on Valentine's Day. My friend had booked it. Kyle was working, and then my friend ended up not being able to go. So he was like, I'll send you the tickets. And Kyle finished work. He finished work in time to go. So I was like, you have to come with me. So, so I actually had to like get him to go on a date with me on Valentine's Day. But no, we went because I was actually meant to go out with a different friend. But
That's fun.
Yeah, like he thought it was silly. Anyway, I don't know if it's predictable or it's a bit, so he's like, but you wouldn't do that. And then there's one bit which won't ruin the story, but they go into this police station and there's literally no one there. Like he's like, there would be other staff. It wouldn't be like there's one person in there. Like,
Yeah,
that's not,
that's a bit strange.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
there's things like that that were like just a bit silly. Like, yeah.
Mm.
So he's like,
Oh
well,
no,
don't
I'll give
go
it a
that
watch.
way, Marty.
I don't really like going to the cinema, if I'm being honest.
Do you
So
not?
no,
Why
I don't
not?
really like, which is weird for someone making and
Yeah.
films and I don't know. I just find the whole experience is a little bit traumatic. So
Do you? What do you not like?
are people.
Well, yeah, there is that. There are
Uh,
people actually. One of the best things that went to cinema was when we were living in Scotland and we went to a little kind of independent cinema for the latest Ghostbusters film. And we were the only two people in there and it was incredible. And it was
Perfect.
like,
Oh,
it's an
that's
old
perfect.
cinema. I think they've got more of a vibe.
Yeah, that's
Um,
nice. You get a little independent cinema, a lot
yeah.
slightly more art house cinema, which is quite nice. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I would like
I
to
do
see the
like
new
going. I don't go
Thunderstruck.
very often anymore, but I do like going. Like I think things are released so quickly, and I've got, like a cinema screen in my bedroom, so it's like,
Yeah.
I
See,
don't. I'd rather sit in bed and watch stuff.
that's
How
what
I
we
got
do.
chubby. Sit in bed and watch
You're
stuff.
not chubby, don't be silly. No, we like that. We like staying in. We haven't got cinema. We haven't got a screen like you. We're not that posh, but we've got a big enough
Well,
TV.
I don't know. I think you probably are a bit posher than me now, living in
No,
Chelsea.
no, never. You haven't come down. You just have to come and see us at some point, you know.
I know. I haven't really been to London. I keep saying to Kyle, I can't get him to go to London. He hates the idea of London. I'm like, you will like it. And he's like, it's too busy. It's all the people. I'm like, but you can do, there's stuff that you can do that you will like. Like London's
Yeah,
got so much going on. And I think he'd love Kew Gardens and he'd love just like walking around the parks and stuff.
there
Like,
you go.
I mean, I wouldn't take him shopping. Like, he's not going to want to do that. But I think he'd love Camden as well. So there's a side of him that like doesn't like people and like stuff. But then I feel like he likes bands and stuff. So I feel like he'd like Camden.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I've
Yeah,
never
cool.
been to that Lost Souls pizza place.
No,
I don't know
I
how
have
I never went. Have you been?
no, no. Is it still in Camden? I know it was closed for a while because there was a
Yeah,
fire.
they changed name. They changed their name from Lost Boys Pizza to Lost Souls Pizza.
Uh
It is still in Camden, yes.
oh, okay.
I
I
know
shall
they
go.
do like film nights, like old films, like horror films and pizza. And now you can get pizzas with pentagrams on them, which is kind of, well,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. Although I don't like balsamic, and I think the pentagram is made out of balsamic. So I'd have to
Um,
ask them to make me a special pentagram out of
so
something else.
when you guys come down, the four of us will have to go and check it
Yeah,
out.
we should do that. Yeah, I'm going to try and get him to come down. I was actually thinking
Yeah,
of trying to book War of the Worlds. There's like a War of the Worlds immersive thing for his
yeah.
day, which is in August. So
Oh,
maybe we'll come down. I will see.
that's cool.
I will see.
Love
But
that.
we're out of time,
Oh
T-Mart.
no. Oh no. I think
Before
I
we
give
go
this.
though, let me know what
Ah.
you've got coming up.
Coming up, that's a really good question. I think my my priority obviously is getting Witches of the Sands finished. So
Mhm.
that's although it's in the final stages, it's still a lot of work.
Yeah,
And then we're also Lauren and I are writing a book
that's
about
exciting.
it's about it's a non-fiction book about plant horror films. So
Plant.
yeah, so only like so like anything like from Little Shop of Horrors to
Okay,
to anything. There's actually hundreds of them as well. So we've almost finished the first draft. So that's
that's
been taking quite a long
amazing. I
time.
love that.
Yeah, yeah, we're excited about that. So we'll see what happens with that. And then obviously we've still got this anthology film that we're kind of working through. Um, so that's obviously taking up a lot of time. Lauren's got bits and pieces going on always. She's got a new book, Occam's Dream, out, so she's been doing
I
certain
have a
promo.
copy. I've started reading it and then I've got super busy, so I haven't finished it yet. But
No, that's absolutely fine. I won't tell her, no. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sure there's other bits and pieces. And yeah, we're off to Munich for a few days this month with my son just for a holiday.
nice.
Um, Yeah, we may well go to New York in September to the Troma Fest if
Yeah.
Video
Go and
Shop
represent
gets
if
in.
yeah,
Yeah, which would be a really nice few days. So other than that, again, we'll be getting married next year, so that's
that's
taking up
very exciting. I've
quite
saved
a
the
lot of
date.
time.
It's in my diary.
Yes,
It's actually the day
absolutely.
after my birthday, so I can't forget the date.
You can't. So you come down the night before to celebrate your birthday.
Yes,
Perfect.
exactly.
And then come get married with us. And
Yeah.
then yes, it's exciting. So that's obviously, and it's a year and over a year away, but it's still quite a lot to organise.
Yes.
Um, and then obviously after that we'll be looking at moving. So
That
quite a
bit's
lot, quite a
sad,
lot.
but good for you
Yeah, exactly.
and good for
Yeah,
holidays.
good. Exactly, exactly. The offer will always be there.
You will literally have guests all of the time. People will
No, we
be
won't.
like, coming over.
No, we'll have select guests sometimes. Yeah,
Well, thank you
100%.
so much for coming on the show.
No, it's a
This
pleasure. Thank you for
episode will
having
be
me.
going out actually next week, which obviously whoever's listening to this, it will be going out at the time that you're listening to it. But well, Wednesday. It will be on Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Fantastic. Thank you. I shall look forward to watching myself. Do you watch yourself on these things? I
You
don't
can
know. I
watch
don't
yourself
usually.
on YouTube. And you can
Yeah,
watch yourself on YouTube, and you can listen on YouTube. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music.
that's crazy. Can I just say quickly as well? The Witches of the Sands has a YouTube channel, which is the Witches of the Sands, and an Instagram, the Witches of the Sands, and a Facebook, the Witches of the Sands. So if you want
Send
to
me
have a look,
links because
I
I'll
will
put
do.
them on the end.
Oh, and I'll do that for Dana as well, because Dana's got the same. Perfect. Thank
Fabulous.
you so much, Danny. That's been
Thank
wonderful.
you.
And I totally forgot to mention that I am really looking forward to reprising my role of DCI Yardle in C Mark's new production called Dead Husbands Club. So I played DCI Yardle in the Domestication of Vampires in Essex, only a little part. I think it's similar again, but it was great fun, and that's one to look out for, I think.